replacing, installing of disconnecting a meter, and 3, adjust subsequent section numbering accordingly to read as follows. Ordinance 1828, an ordinance granting approval to further extend the valid period of time of conditional subdivision approval for an additional 12 months for River Oaks subdivision, Phase 5, lots 205 through 239, 245 through 252, and parcels H-11, H-13, C and D, located south of the proposed Woodland Drive right-of-way, west of the Vic-Nair Canal, east of St. Andrews Boulevard, and north of River Oaks subdivision, Phases 2 and 3, situated in Sections 66 and 67, T-11-S, R-7-E, LaPlace, St. John the Baptist Parish, Louisiana, which were granted preliminary conditional approval on August 9, 2005, by Ordinance 0546. Ordinance 1829, an ordinance granting approval to further extend the valid period of time of conditional subdivision approval for an additional 12 months for Belterre Commercial Subdivision, Phase 1, Parcel B, lots 4 through 22, Parcel C, lots 2, 3, and 6 through 9, and Parcel DS-4, Phase 2, Parcel B, lots 23 through 49, and Parcel C, lots 10 through 44, and Phase 3, Parcel D, lots 1 through 39, Parcel E, lots 1 through 42, Parcel D, S-2 and parcel DS-3, all situated in sections 69 and 70, T-11-S, R-7-E, Southeast District of Louisiana, east of the Mississippi River, LaPlace, St. John the Baptist Parish, Louisiana, which were granted conditional approval on June 12, 2007, original ordinance number 07-33, and October 9, 2007, original ordinance number 07-65. We also need to read out a notice of public meeting. Notice is hereby given that at its meeting to be held on Tuesday, August 28, 2018 at 6:30 p.m. at the Joe McTobey Chambers, 1801 West Airline Highway, LaPlace, Louisiana, the St. John the Baptist Parish Council plans to consider adopting a resolution ordering and calling a special election to be held in the parish of St. John the Baptist to authorize the rededication and extension of one or more ad valorem taxes currently being levied in said parish.
Okay, Ms. Roballo, Council, Presidential remark.
Okay, very quickly. A little over a week ago, I was fortunate enough to join some of you all and other elected officials from around the country at our annual conference of the National Association of County Officials in Nashville. Obviously, there were lots of opportunities for government leaders and staff to learn, network, and determine the direction of the association's national advocacy efforts. As stated previously, they were active in the pilot decision. It's always well attended and informative. One of the highlights of the meeting that affect us is the Gulf Coast Caucus, and that meeting was held. Again, it's specifically to how the Restore Act and Go Mesa funding can be used to develop a comprehensive plan that protects all of us that face the Gulf. It also addressed the current state of the National Flood Insurance Program, which is slated to expire in August. However, there's a plan to extend it one more time for 1 year along the same guidelines. They were not able to put in the changes they wanted, so it looks like they'll do another short-term renewal, which would be for 1 year. Yesterday, Congressman Graves and the Army Corps of Engineers convened a Partners Leadership Summit with parish presidents, agency heads, levy district officials, and other senior officials for what was to discuss the Bipartisan Budget Act of 2018, which was the mechanism that funded or provided the money for the levy. A total of $1.4 billion is allocated to the state, so they went over projects in everybody's jurisdiction. West Shore obviously is the West Shore Lake Pontchartrain Levee Project is one of those. Just to clarify for many of our residents, the name of the project is the West Shore Lake Pontchartrain Levee Project. It is not on the west bank. It is on the east bank of the parish, but on the west side of Lake Pontchartrain, which was what caused our flooding. So those of you who hear West Shore and think it's West Bank, it actually is an East Bank project. And we were very fortunate to receive the entire full allocation of $760 million, which would go from the St. Charles Parish line to the St. John Parish line with ring levees and elevations in St. James Parish. So it's the entire project. In addition to this project, which was large enough, and just to give you information, we were the only parish or project to get full funding and any funding for this amount, so it's a huge accomplishment. We were also going to benefit from funding that was dedicated to repairing the Mississippi River levee based on all the flood fights each year with all the damage that's caused by the high water. So there's funding available for improvements there that will also help us, and there's $3 million for 2 studies, $3 million for West Shore levee lift feasibility. I think we know with our soil, the levees tend to cease, so they're going to be looking at lifting the West Shore portion, which obviously is along St. Charles Parish, St. John, so that'll be studied, as well as the West Bank and Vicinity Project. Now, that is a West Bank project that would protect along Lake des Allemands, so there's a feasibility study included in this money as well. So we're going to benefit greatly from this allocation. The purpose of the initial meeting was to assure everyone that the funds were allocated for turning dirt, not paper, with the intent of finishing these projects in a set period of time. The Corps provided an overview of all the projects, the entire $1.4 billion, and made a commitment to execution as quickly as possible, and that they would continue to engage all the partners, working closely with CPRA, the governor's office, GOSEP. Everybody has pots of money, and the pot that we initially were awarded, the $1.2 billion that is at OCD, Office of Community Development, is still there. So this money for the levy is in addition to other funding that's already at the state level that they're doing guidelines on, as well as GOSEP has, I think, about $300 million in hazard mitigation dollars, and there's, I think, $50 million in USDA dollars. So the point was, all these agencies together, let's not compete with each other, let's build something comprehensive, let's not build something that negatively affects somebody, but we're not going to take 3 years or 43 years to study something. Their goal is to be turning dirt within 1.5 to 2 years and be finished in 5. So that's the timeline that's set for a project this size. They did talk about using alternative methods, multiple contractors, whatever they need to do to get this done within the time frame that is set up, which is 5 years, but it will be handled through the Corps of Engineers. We will be scheduling a meeting with the council. They did provide us some documents that we can share with you. Again, a lot of it is other projects, but the one specific to us, we definitely think it's important to get those to you and share as much as possible. Some other really good news that I think is very important to us is we were informed that because our project is fully funded, that the National Flood Insurance Program could actually reduce our rates before the project is complete. That is huge, and it's only because our project is fully funded. Had it been incrementally, they'd have to wait until the project is completely finished before they could even reevaluate us. So that's something we're obviously going to continue to look at and push for, but that was a very specific announcement made specific to our project because it was one that was fully funded. So I think that's, again, lots of great news. We do want to thank everybody who was involved in the backpack extravaganza. I was out of town, but Miss Eugene did message me and tell me everything went well. Marathon Petroleum, United Way, Blessed to be a Blessing, Pink Nails, and a host of other sponsors helped to make the event a success. There was free food, school supplies, health screenings, information, resources, and giveaways, and hundreds of youth, I think about 900 participated. The Recreation Department, Health and Human Services, Fire Department, and Planning and Zoning was on hand providing flood rate information and, of course, information from their programs. And we want to thank them for taking the time and being there on Saturday. We do want to wish Miss Roseborn Alexander a happy belated birthday, 101. She turned and celebrated across the river. Mr. Saraparu, thank you for making a presentation of the proclamation on my behalf at their annual family reunion. Again, it's a blessing to live to celebrate 100 years, and thanks for taking care of that on my behalf. The public is invited to attend the grand opening and ribbon cutting of the LaPlace Goodwill store at 9 o'clock a.m. August the 2nd. Also, donations can be dropped off during business hours 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and 10 o'clock a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday beginning August 2nd. I don't know if this makes sense. Through Monday through Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The location is 101 Carrollwood Drive, the old Allied Express. Goodwill is a low-cost shopping experience that also generates funds for community outreach. We look forward to having this store in our community. They actually did some renovations, did some landscape, made some improvements to a vacant building, so we're looking forward to their opening. Frost Top of LaPlace will be celebrating 60 years, which is a feat in itself, and you're invited and the public to attend a 60-year anniversary celebration on Saturday, August the 4th from 2 to 6 at the restaurant. The event will be a step back in time, featuring great tunes, delicious food, and fun. Classic cars and motorcycles are welcome. The St. John Sugar Queen Committee is seeking contestants for this year's pageant to be held Saturday, August 4th at 7 o'clock p.m. at St. Peter's School and Reserve, where the pageant first began. Teen contestants must be between the ages of 14 and 17, and Miss contestants must be between the ages of 18 and 22 and live in St. John the Baptist Parish. Join the 69th St. John Parish Sugar Queen, Allie Martin, and Teen Queen Jenna Bieber as they bid farewell to their reign. If interested in competing or attending as a past queen, please contact Maria Stelly. Her number is 985-210, and I'm missing a number. I will have to put that up on our website. This year, the Andouille Festival is scheduled for October 19th through the 21st. Vendor applications are available and should be returned or mailed to the Economic Development Department at 1801 West Airline Highway in LaPlace. Forms can be picked up at our office or downloaded at www.andouillefestival.com. The deadline is August 1st. Also, Andouille pageant applications will be released in the upcoming weeks, so please be on the lookout for those. Heat advisories have also been common and should be taken very seriously. Residents and those who work outside should learn about and watch for the symptoms of heat illness and take proactive steps to protect yourself, fellow workers, and others. We have also made preparations and are monitoring our employees that work outdoors through the Department of Health and Human Services. There are cooling zones where our residents can go and take advantage of cool temperatures and get some cool water. That's been successful. We're obviously going to continue that, but it's bigger than just parish workers. It's everybody. It is extremely hot, so please be very cautious and look out for the advisories from the National Weather Service. CN will be performing maintenance on their rail crossings in the next months. As a result, closures will occur as necessary. The crossing on West 17th Street will be closed tomorrow through Thursday. Detour signs will be in place, but residents will have access to their homes. Please proceed with caution in those areas. A reminder to residents that it's hurricane season and a storm can arise at any time. Also, heavy rainfall can cause problems. Remember to sign up for parish emergency alerts by visiting our website at sjbparish.com or calling the communications department at 985-652-2222. These alerts are customized and are very important in the event of emergencies. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Rabano. Mr. Swafford?
Yes, I'd like to remind the people living on the Lucy End and west bank of the parish and other places in the parish, but the gas company, Atmos, is working. They have a lot of contractors working with gas lines, and they're blocking off of the road as much as they can, but just be careful and take your time. Don't be in a hurry. These guys are really trying to get the job done. Just be patient also. Thank you.
Mr. McNair?
No comment.
Ms. Remedy?
I just wanted to congratulate the cast and production crew of Beauty and the Beast, the River Parishes Community Theater Group. They just had a production at St. Peter's School. It was very well done. And also St. John Theater has The Little Mermaid, which is under production now, and the next days will be July 25th through the 28th at St. John Theater, so please try to see that as well. Thank you.
Mr. Snyder?
I'd like to thank Ms. Eugene and her group for the backpack this past weekend, and all the volunteers. There were many volunteers out there, and over 900 kids and parents. So congratulations on that. And happy birthday to my daughters, Keisha and Javon. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mallett.
Thank you very much, everybody that's involved in the backpack extravaganza. And also I'd like to say happy birthday to Mr. Juan Ramirez, who celebrated his 98th birthday this past weekend.
Okay, our secretary would like to say something.
Okay, I was asked to make this announcement. This is for him from his wife. Happy birthday to the most kindest and generous man I've ever known for 38 wonderful years. Love you from your wife, Lisa. And also happy birthday from Anaya, Michaela, Taylor, Zane, Nia, Brittany, Linda, and Wanda. Happy birthday. And from me too.
I mean, 27. Yeah, I'll be
Yeah,
27.
today's
Okay, I'd just like to say happy birthday to Tegan Edward, Harrison Roger, better known as Dinka, or Wayne Baudouin Sr., and to my new grandson, Zane McCain Mayo. He made 10 weeks today. That's right, 10 weeks, 11 pounds. Okay. Also, want to go along with Ms. Robotham and Mr. Snyder and everyone else who mentioned the backpack. It was very successful. This event have grown each and every year. And some of the other people that was also instrumental was the Sheriff's Department, Assessor's Office, Parish Council, School Board, and the District Attorney Office, to mention, along with the rest that Ms. Robotham mentioned. I know it was hard to mention everyone, okay, because so many people was involved, and Mr. Snyder touched on one very important one, all the other individual volunteers that showed up, you know, to help to make this thing successful, and each and every year it gets bigger and bigger. And I think there's one coming on the West Bank. I don't know exactly the date. Anyone know the date? This Saturday? To when? They don't know the date. Okay, but it is coming to the West Bank, and everyone have a happy evening. I take a motion by everyone, second by everyone, and it passed by everyone, even the ones that's not here.
Well, I don't want my announcement on TV, but I'm going to be at GG in February. I know, can you believe it? Thank you.